I heard that there wasn't much screen and that a lot of it was back projection plates and stuff like that. Did you cut the back projection plates, or how did that all work?
The rear projection and front projection was worked out in pre-production. Basically what they would do is run sequences like approaching the wormhole and going through the wormhole was just one big slab on the projector, and they just back it up and run it, and then the actors would go. What it gave the actors is this amazing feeling that it was real.
And do you feel that that helps you as an editor because the performances are more real? And
awesomely. I'm not cutting with green screens. Sure, not every shot was complete, but it was between, say, 50 and 80% complete. Even the Tesseract sequence, McConaughey was hanging on wires, of course, but all of the timelines were being digitally projected. But again, just from a cutting standpoint, I could see what it was that I was doing.
Well, I find that the opening, the first maybe 10 minutes, it almost felt like you went with a slower pace to sort of show that there was this feeling of like dread and hardship, and there was very little technology.
I think the pace of the film was something we worked out for a long time, and we tried a couple of times to pack stuff down, especially McConaughey. As you pack it down, it lost everything. It like completely started to fall over in the meaning of the lines and everything. And I mean, we've had success on the Batman movies in packing the dialogue down. And you would think, why not? Could do it with this. It didn't work. It didn't work at all. The movie itself was just basically telling you it's just not going to do this. And I think it might be something to do with McConaughey's performance of thoughtful dialogue. But we quickly realized that you would damage it if you started going down. So you had to let it breathe.
And it's hard leaving everything. My kids, your father.
We're going to be spending a lot of time together.
We should learn to talk.
Emma not to. Just being honest.
I don't think you need to be that honest.
They say, you know, wow, I mean, I know it was almost 3 hours, but it didn't feel like 3 hours.
Well, I felt it could almost have been even longer because there's just so much information, so much story that's in that 3 hours.
And I believe is you want to make a movie long enough to make them want more, not long enough for anyone to say it's boring or dull or...
Well, I also feel like if you don't understand the characters, then it feels even longer.
McConaughey's relationship with his daughter is so strong. That just pulls you through the whole movie, and his love of getting back to his daughter is completely understandable.
I'm coming back.
Another reason I think the movie works so well at that length is that it's just this enormous journey of someone going and coming all the way back.
The scene where Matthew McConaughey sort of breaks down, where Coop just falls apart. I really liked how you then went through the TV and revealed Earth. It was such a nice way to connect space to Earth.
I think from the scripting, it just, the scene ends and the next scene is Earth. Chris would always start with them reaching and sitting back. You know, like, he's good at, a great gift for an editor is Chris doesn't shortchange you on the intros and out. Even if he thinks you're not going to use them, he shoots them anyway. And I've worked with some directors who don't, and it's really frustrating because, yeah, you get rid of 90% of them, but oh, wow, they work when they work. And that one was just the first time we did it, and we're like, now that's a cut. That was one of my, I'm glad you mentioned that, it was one of my favorite cuts in the movie.
Another scene that I just thought was beautifully cut was when he's driving away, Murph won't speak to him, and then she decides she's going to speak to him, runs after the truck.
And McConaughey was just, the look on his face was devastating.
And you hear, instead of actually going to the spaceship, you hear 10, 9.
That's a very long 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. And I accelerated it cheekily towards the end. When they were shooting it, Chris said, you know, lock a camera to the side of the truck, which is completely NASA. So hearing that, watching the dust bloom behind him, and then just cutting to the rockets bursting, it was really cool.
Well, there's so much complexity. I mean, you're dealing with present, past, 5 dimensions. You're dealing with, you know, Earth and space and intercutting all these.
I mean, we were pretty hard on making sure that there was just nothing that would derail the movie. We did lift some of the dialogue because Chris does You know, he's very careful to keep writing and writing and writing because he's almost building in an armory against someone, you know, saying, but I didn't get it. You just carefully keep plucking it out, screen it again. And if the problem doesn't arise, then you can leave it out.
Sure.
But you've also got to be ready to put it back in again. It's just good writing, good storytelling, and an emotional connection to the characters that lets you, you know, sail through that journey.
I really enjoyed watching it.
Great.
Yeah.
Go see it again.
I will. Thank you very much.
See it.